Alright guys, so I've been waiting a long time for this. Finally, after so long, I can go ahead and rainbow the AGL Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. For a while, he was pretty much my favorite unit in the game. Nothing will match like my excitement when this guy first came out. The stream is still up on the channel if you guys want to, go search it up and see, but maybe I'll try and link it at the end of this video. But that day I streamed my summons for this Goku Black on global. I pulled them. That villain team with Buhan and Omega was so much fun. Those hero and villain teams were so awesome. Finally, I have got this guy rainbowed. It's been so long since he's really been on a banner that I could summon and actually get him. He's been, ever since, the UI Goku banner, he's barely ever appeared. So, I'm glad that he has finally returned and I've been able to rainbow him. Even though there is a better version, the STR version, this guy is still going to be very good for Dokkan Battlefield, where I will always be using him. And then he, even if you don't have the STR Rose, this guy is more than strong enough to fill up a lot of teams. So let's go ahead and check him out on a few of these teams. He just got a brand new one in the Time Traveler team, where again, he could be very good. And we'll see what kind of numbers the AGL Rose can hit. 2 years after his release at this point? And I'm sure he's going to be very, very impressive. Alright guys, so I figure we'll go ahead and hop into an event on the new Time Traveler category team. That'll be a good place to use AGL Rose. Now, his best team will definitely be the Patara team. Not really surprising because, the 170% attack buff leader skill that LR Vegito has. I'm going to grab that gold medal right there. That 170% leader skill that LR Vegito has is very good. And then when we factor in the AGL Westkai's presence, her massive 40% attack buff she gives to Realm of Gods units, which of course AGL Rose is, we can really have him look pretty damn good on that Patara team. Rose, of course, will also be very, very good on the Realm of Gods team. He'll be good on the Patara team, Future team, Time Traveler team. All of his teams, he'll be a good unit on, because even though he is a unit that's now, 2 years old, he is still very, very good and very capable of, inflicting pretty good damage. So his main attack links are Super Saiyan, Fierce Battle, and Nightmare. He's also, of course, got Big Bad Bosses, but, that's something we'll have to take damage in order to have activate. To see his maximum sort of attack stat that we can get over on the Patara team, I will make sure he has Big Bad Bosses active. Oh, actually, we're probably going to see Big Bad Bosses. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so 1.8. Pretty good. 1.8 million right out of the gate. AGL Rose still capable of hitting very, very hard. Even in a time where he does have a direct upgrade in SCR Rose, who, of course, can frequently, stay between 2 million attack set to a 2.5 million attack set. AGL Rose will still get the job done if, you have him rainbowed and you don't have the SCR Rose. AGL Rose is also tremendous for basically anyone who doesn't have that SCR Rose. He'll be good there, or even in Dokkan Battlefield, I found to be a very good place for Rose, because I think, it depends on how good your box is for Dokkan Battlefield, but I like to use, the 120% teams, right? I like to use Super AGL, Extreme AGL, Super Tech, Extreme Int. I like using all of those teams. Extreme AGL is, boy, it really might be the worst of all the typings, or it's right there. Super AGL and, Extreme AGL and Extreme Tech are definitely very, very lacking. One thing about Extreme Int is that LR Bojack is he's so dominant offensively and defensively. And you have, some good support units like Metal Cooler, so it does work out a little bit better over there. Extreme Int has had some nice buffs recently. Obviously, the new Goku Black is a pretty solid unit for Extreme Int. But Extreme AGL, a problem it has that Extreme Tech doesn't really have so much. I guess it kind of does. And Extreme Int doesn't really have, unless you're using Kid Buu, is Extreme AGL. Like, a lot of their top tier units don't really link very well. Like Super 17 and Rose, then Metal Cooler. Like, they're all just completely different types of characters, so their links don't really mesh up very well. So that's where AGL Rose comes into play, and he's very handy for that team with that 3 key to extreme class allies, a very powerful ability. That's why on Global, the physical base form Goku Black is still like sort of an okay unit you guys can run, because he has that 3 key to extreme class allies. His stats are also a little higher on Global as well, compared to what they are on JP. So he's just overall a bit stronger of a unit than, the base form Goku Black is on Global. But you can always find places to use those units that give key like that, because that can close holes in certain teams. It's very useful for, of course, this Time Traveler team, having the 2 Rosés, SCR and AGL around with that 3 key to extreme allies. Makes it easier, like if you want to run like, LR Bojack or LR Cell, get some of those units in here. You could do it a little bit more consistently, with, the AGL and SCR Rosé, or even the new Demigra is another really good unit for, like, bringing on this team because of that 3 key he has. Love that effect so much. Okay, so now we have a pretty good rotation where AGL Rose is kind of sandwiched in between the new Int Goku Black, and then of course he's also there with LR Goku Black. LR Goku Black, the one thing he doesn't have, or they don't have, is they do not have the Super Saiyan link. But they do have Nightmare, Fear and Faith, Prepare for Battle. I think, do they have Dismal Future? I believe so. But I know they have Fierce Battle. They've also got Big Bad Bosses. Yeah, they do have Dismal Future. So 1.5 million right there from AGL Rose. So the best turn we saw was that first turn. We were able to get Big Bad Bosses active, as well as having the Supreme Opie of Time, linked up with the Int Goku Black. He has Nightmare, but again, he also does not have Super Saiyan. So it is actually kind of... do I want to say it's difficult to get Super Saiyan active for Rose? I guess you could say that, because, a lot of the other Zamasu units don't have the Super Saiyan link. Also, one thing to keep in mind, if you guys noticed, AGL Rose was hitting very similarly to how hard the Int Goku Black was hitting throughout that run right there. Like, their damage numbers aren't that far apart. That's a lot of people are saying the Int Goku Black is underwhelming. I would agree. Like, he's not like an overall broken unit, but he does do a lot of things, and I think his team is so strong that it makes up for it. I'm having a lot more fun running the Time Traveler team over the past week or so than I've had using some of the other recent teams. Like, I'm really enjoying it. It works very effectively because there's a lot of units that give a lot of key, so you could pretty much just pop whatever you want in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and see, what AGL Rose is capable of doing on some of these other teams as well. See what kind of overall max damage numbers he can put out. Alright guys, so here will be the best rotation for AGL Rose Goku Black. We are on the Patara category team, as you guys can see. We have Big Bad Bosses active, so Rose should be able to do tremendous damage. And then, of course, we also have AGL Westcom rotation, giving 40% attack as well as the chance to crit. 2 million he gets to. That is very good for a unit that is 2 years old. There we go. AGL Rose, again, as old as he is still able to put up a good amount of damage. He can be very, very good for people who, maybe either have SCR Rose with no dupes, or also, who just straight up don't have SCR Rose. The AGL one is more than strong enough to sort of, provide the strength in his place. So that's one really good thing they did, is they made both of these Roses tremendously powerful. So let's go ahead and just go over him real quick, and then we'll finish up for today. So this is Rose Stained Super Saiyan, Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose. His leader skill is Extreme Class Key 3 and HP Attack and Defense 50%. So obviously that's a bit outdated. Maybe it could still be useful in Dokkan Battlefield at some point as a sub-leader skill, but there should be better options. His super attack is the Violent Fierce God Slicer, which does immense damage and greatly lowers defense. His passive skill, Mastery of Strength, is attack 100% and extreme class allies key +3, which of course is very useful. That's one of the reasons I like this unit so much. As long as he's around, you're always going to have a lot of key, which is good, you know, because sometimes villains can have kind of wonky key links. Usually a lot of them have stuff like Nightmare, you know, Fierce Battle, Big Bad Bosses, but the key links can be a little wonky sometimes. So that's why, you know, Rose, Demigra, some of these units having that is very, very helpful. Rose's links are Super Saiyan, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Prepare for Battle, Dismal Future, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. So one thing about Super Saiyan Rose units is that they have some of the best link sets in the game. Like, you have a lot of, like, ways to hit a lot of these links, right? Super Saiyan, Fear and Faith, Nightmare. Like, you know, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Prepare for Battle, Dismal Future, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. Like, LR Goku Black has got, like, all of those. So that works out really well. Super Saiyan, I guess, would be good for, like, the Realm of Gods team, you know, maybe with some of the Vegito Blues or some of the Gokus or something. One thing is that, remember, Ultra Instinct Goku does not have Super Saiyan. So sometimes that link might be a little harder to activate, but it is still nice for him to have it. It can allow him to work on, you know, Saiyan-themed teams, right? His 12 key multiplier is 150%, which of course is what we would expect from some of these top-tier Dokkan Fest exclusives. One reason this Rose still hits so damn hard. And he's now on 4 category teams. He's on Realm of Gods, which of course he'll perform right around the same level on the Realm of Gods team as he would on the Time Traveler team, since both of them have that 150% buff from the leader skill. They have very, very similar units. There's a lot of overlap between Realm of Gods, Patara, Future, and Time Travelers, right? The teams are pretty similar because they've got all the Goku Black units, all the Vegito units, you know, etc., etc. So Realm of Gods will be pretty good in. He, of course, is on the Patara team, where, you know, him and SCR Rose are still really good. The Future team, which is, of course, the team where, you know, they still work well in the confines of that team, but I think the Future team is the worst of these 4 teams that we're looking at right here. And then, of course, he's on the new Time Traveler team, where he works very effectively. I really do like the mix of units on that new Time Traveler team. So there we go, guys. Despite the fact that this guy is now over 2 years old, he is still incredibly powerful, and he can still get the job done in a lot of different places. So, you know, if you've got him rainbowed, it's not really a big deal, even if you have the new SCR Rose Goku Black Rainbow, because a lot of these units can still be useful in various places. So that will do it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.